One of my dream jobs, cults.
Cults. A system of religious veneration and devotion directed at a particular figure or object.
Do you know how? Did you find out how you become a cult?
Do you figure out how?
Like, what's the 3 things you need to do to be a cult?
No.
So, you need a charismatic leader.
Yep.
Who thinks him or her is God or
God-like.
Get
people to think you are.
Yeah. You need to brainwash people, indoctrination, and then you need to exploit those people for money or sex. Or both.
Yeah, that's the common denominator. Money and sex.
Yeah.
If you're not fucking the women, then you're exploiting them for money somehow.
But, like I wrote this down. Cult plus time equals religion. Right?
What is a cult? Well, I just defined it. That's the definition.
Yeah.
Okay, you worship Jesus or Muhammad or whatever the fuck. Is that not religion? Do they not plaster around a collection plate that you put money into?
Well, and even like Mormonism was considered a cult for the longest time. Now it's a religion.
Scientology is a cult. Every time you watch like a cult video or look it up, like Scientology is always on the list.
Right. And they're a religion technically.
And they exploit the shit out of their members. And they ask for billions and millions of dollars. And they get you to sign a contract that's good for like 1 billion fucking years.
Yeah.
I don't even know how that works.
Cult. So, do you know how you get people into your cult?
Well, you find people that are downtrodden and looking for answers.
Well, you find someone that's at a crossroads in their life. Looking for answers. And you bring them in to do something not really, it's like cult adjacent. So you do a soft sell. It's called. So then you would like give them a pamphlet and be like, hey, like, yeah, we're doing this cool retreat up in the woods. Like, well, why don't you check it out?
You're going to be one with nature.
Yeah. Okay, sure. Then you put on this thing called new reality to them. So you're telling them about whatever your cult believes in and how, you've been told that, you know, all your life is this way, but it's actually this way. It's like, oh, shit.
Yeah. You know, actually, the People's Temple, the Jim Jones one.
Yeah.
It was almost pretty solid for a little bit until it went really bad.
Well, and
he preached multiculturalism, you know.
Yeah.
You're black, Asian, whatever, white.
Yeah.
Old, young, kids, doesn't matter. Everybody comes together. We're all going to move to Guyana, start a farm. We're going to kind of be off the grid and start a new world. We're not going to rely on materialism and bullshit and politics. No, we're all going to live free, and it's going to be great. Doesn't end great.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's audio of like when they were doing like the killings and drinking the Kool-Aid or whatever.
Yeah.
As people are drinking it, and like moms were like squirting
cyanide.
Thank you into like babies' mouths and stuff. That's fucked.
You see that photo's fucked up, eh?
All the dead bodies.
Like the aerial view of like
it's just
1,000 people dead.
Yeah, that's a bad one.
So after you get a new reality, then you meet the leader.
Yeah.
And the leader will always say that you are like, oh wow, there's something about you. Like you're my favorite. You're special, right? Obviously bullshit.
Then the banging starts.
Yeah. Well, then they create an enemy.
Yep.
So then it's
government,
mostly government.
Whites.
Yeah, whatever, right?
Whatever.
Then you start getting peer pressured by the rest of the group starts saying like, oh, you gotta do this, Like, if you're one of us, you gotta do this, blah blah blah. And then then you're in a cult.
You're just hanging out having fun.
The thing is, a cult never admits they're a cult. Yeah. And the members never say they're in a cult.
No, of course not. Of course not. I remember as a kid, Heaven's Gate was the first cult I was really aware of.
With Marshall Applewhite.
Yeah, and just like because I just remembered the footage of all the dead bodies, and they were all wearing like the matching Nike shoes.
And then like his like video where it's like projected behind him several times. So it's like him talking, and then you see him behind him and talking weird.
Yeah, we're all gonna go into an alien spaceship. We just have to commit mass suicide. Right? So let's do that. And the Allison Mack. She was in Smallville.
Nexium, yeah.
And she's, that's another sex cult. They're all sex cults. A Branch Davidians with David Koresh. He was banging the women. Apparently, some of the young girls.
Apparently,
that's what they say. ATF and the FBI kind of fucked it up because a lot of innocent people died in that raid. But I kind of remember Waco a little bit too.
Yeah, for sure.
But I was really young.
So what you kind of start finding out is like cults too. They're kind of born in times of like turmoil in the world. So like when Heaven's Gate was starting, like you're kind of going through recessions. And
the 90s recession.
Yeah, so lots of people looking for that kind of stuff.
Which is something different too. Like if you do feel lost and you don't maybe feel wanted, or you don't have a family or friends, some people are pretty susceptible to suggestion.
Yeah, right.
Get talked into a cult. I like the Agori sect. They were into banging corpses and shit.
Oh, really?
And like eating flesh.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that was.
Where were they?
Somewhere like rural India. Somewhere.
Yeah, fuck.
Probably something to do with the banging orangutans.
Like banging orangutans.
What was I wrote one down. The Superior Universal Alignment, which was started by like a South American woman, I think, and she had this thing where you have to kill all boys born after 1981, and they were actually able to kidnap quite a few boys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
There was a Canadian one I found out. The Anthill Kids.
The Anthill Kids?
Yeah, so this
That's
guy
a bad
started
name for a cult.
I didn't really find out what his deal was,
Right.
like what his cult was about, but he Rock Thoreau.
Ooh, good name.
Yeah.
I'd
You know what he liked to do? He liked to perform surgery on the members. Just for fun, cut their fingers off, hands off,
Jesus
and just
Christ.
cut them open, do stuff. And he fathered a lot of kids. Might have fucked a couple. You know,
Jeez.
the usual. I don't know what it is.
But yeah, I found it now. There's like YouTube cults.
What do you mean?
Like there's like motivational or people helping people on YouTube, but they're culty. Yeah. Teal Swan is a YouTube cultist.
Really?
Yeah.
There's one guy out of Australia that was like a musician or something, and people believe he's like the second, like he's Jesus. And now he's just kind of gone full forward with that.
Oh yeah, and he's in like Eastern Europe now, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
in the mountains or something. Yeah.
I don't understand how you can get that many people to believe that.
Well, you already so if you already believe in fucking Jesus, right? Let's say you believe that he will come back one day, probably. So for me, it's the most upsetting part of these cults. It's not that people are able to start them or some of the horrible things they do. It's the fact that so many people believe in them. Like that they can talk so many people into joining their cults. Look at the church. The Catholic Church bangs kids.
Yeah, I wrote that too. That was like the Children of God. They were pro-kid fucking, much like the Catholic Church.
And like people are still going to fucking church. So.
Yep, there you go.
But even like you start like Antifa, like that's a cult. Incels.
Ku Klux Klan.
Yeah.
That's a big cult, right?
It's a cult.
And at one time it had like millions of members in the States.
That's fact.
Millions, man. And like
yeah, Al Qaeda is a cult.
Yep.
Manson.
Oh yeah, Manson. Yeah, you had to put Manson in there, right?
I like what's his name? Shariko. They released sarin gas into the Tokyo subway system.
Yeah,
he only killed like 15 people. Though.
Yeah, they fucked up a lot. A lot of people got sick from it. Yeah. A lot of people got sick, but only a few died.
Amateurs.
You would think they must have not been good at like putting the gas together because, especially in an enclosed space, you should have been able to kill way more people.
Oh yeah.
Maybe get a better chemist next time.
Yeah.
That's who you should talk into joining. What do you think you could be talked into joining a cult?
No.
No?
No
cult.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe like what's like.
What about the tattoo cult?
Well, you can start looking at like, okay, maybe punk rock's a cult, right?
Formula One.
Right.
Yeah.
So depending on your.
I love Joe Rogan. Maybe I'm a Bogan cult.
Oh God.
Right?
God.
Is that a cult?
That's okay. Yeah, it's like he's a charismatic leader.
I listen to like everything he says.
Yeah, you've been brainwashed, and at some point you'll have to, if you want his podcast, you're gonna have to start paying, right?
I know. So am I in a cult?
Soon.
If I give money, he's got me, right?
Yeah.
So maybe I'm already in a cult and I don't even know it.
Whoops.
So yeah, it's freaky. It's scary too. That especially with the People's Temple, 900 some odd people.
Yeah.
Committed
I saw an
suicide.
interview with one of the women that like escaped.
Yeah, she ran away into the jungle and stuff.
Yeah.
And like his son is still alive, Jim Jones Jr.
Yeah. Jimmy Jr.
Jimmy Joe John Jr. He's like a political figure in the States somewhere. And he was adopted by Jim Jones, and it's just
And Jim Jones learned everything he knew from a guy named Father Divine, who ran like a black like militant cult.
Christ.
Yeah, learned everything he knew from him.
I could see like even like maybe living in a commune, like a hippie commune, could be cultish, but a lot
culty.
Yeah. Some I could maybe be talking to something like off.
But if you're talking about then like a commune, then there isn't any exploitation for money.
No, exactly. You're all working together as one.
Yeah. Don't have a charismatic leader, probably.
No, but he might be fucking your kids.
Well.
So it could be 50% cult. It always ends in sex or money. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Or mass suicide.
You ever see interviews with David Koresh?
Yeah, a little bit, but
I get why people fault that guy.
You like
Great
his
public speaker.
He was pretty
He was
magniloquent speaker.
Cult of personality. Really charismatic.
Even Manson.
Yeah.
You know, he's pretty charismatic in a psycho kind of way.
He didn't like the blacks though.
No, but like his whole thing too was in and out of jail. Maybe the CIA program. There's a book out apparently all about his CIA acid reprogramming or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And then he learned how to do it to people. So he never took acid with the Manson family.
Oh, well, he didn't even kill people.
He pretended to. And he gave it to all these young women and kids and talked them into doing his bidding.
Yeah. And he wasn't even there.
No.
Yes.
I don't even know how he went to jail, to be perfectly honest.
Oh, he conspired to mass murder.
Yeah,
and brainwashing and that's...
But if he didn't do it, I mean, how come he went away for so long? It'd be like...
Because he's fucking crazy. They can't release a guy. You've seen interviews with him. He got a swastika.
Oh, yeah. I'm not saying he's not crazy.
Like, you're not releasing these people back.
I'm just saying he never actually killed anybody. He talked people into it. Maybe give him a year.
Yeah.
Give him a year. Let him walk. He's fine. Let him
I think, too, during, like, the trial, he had zero remorse.
Oh, no. No. Yeah. He showed no remorse. He said he is Satan.
But Koresh is there. Like, the Branch Davidians are just an offshoot of Mormonism.
Yeah, just living as one in this big...
With 7 wives.
Yeah, just banging a couple of the kids. Young girls.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was with the parents' permission.
And they were of age in Texas.
Which was, at the time, 15. Yeah.
So, I mean...
Technically,
he's not doing anything wrong.
Signing off on it. Yeah, cults, man. They're freaky. And they scare me, too. There's a lot of, like, creepy ones, too.
I think they're all kind of creepy.
Yeah, but, like, spooky creepy. Like what about teen thrill killers? I know it's not really a cult, but... I remember watching this thing on, like, 60 Minutes about this college professor. Have you ever seen the movie The Strangers? It's got Dennis from Always Sunny in it.
Yeah.
And it's, like, just these teens that are just killing for fun.
It's got to live Tyler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That freaks me out. Because I remember I was...
It's not a cult, though.
No, I know, but it just made me think of it. Because I was alone at the cottage one time, and I was watching 60 Minutes. It was all about how these 2, maybe it was even 3 students got together to murder this professor and his wife at their, like, country home out in the woods. I didn't sleep that night.
Would you join any of these cults, like, you think?
No. And I know this is not going to be taken the right way, but... when you see a lot of videos of the ceremonies, and in particular the movie Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Yeah.
Where that Ku Klux Klan is having their ceremony.
Yeah, the rally.
I really like the choreography and the outfits. I thought that was pretty cool. What they believe in, not so much.
Right.
But probably one of the sex ones, I think.
One of the sex ones, eh?
Branch Davidians.
So the show...
I don't want to move to the jungle. Because I was going to say People's Temple, but I don't want to live in the fucking jungle.
I wouldn't mind that.
Rural Texas? Sure.
That's way worse than the jungle, I think. The show Waco is it's based on 2 books. One from one of the negotiators, and then one of the guys who survived from the Branch Davidians.
Yeah.
So it shows both sides of the whole story.
Oh, I didn't even write Westboro Baptist Church.
Yeah.
They're definitely a cult.
Yeah.
They're fucked.
Yeah. But yeah, Waco, like when you see the guy from the branch who wrote a book, he admits that it was a cult, but but it's not as bad as people made it out to be, I guess.
Well, maybe he's seeing it through rose-colored glasses.
Not now. Like he knows that Dave. Like he's like Dave Koresh was
piece of shit.
Not like egotistical. Like
oh yeah.
Like he did think he was this, but He wasn't, obviously. But and then they just loved hoarding guns.
Yeah, they did have a lot of firearms. That's true. It's pretty sweet watching like the tanks go through the walls and stuff.
Yeah, until you realize that they're
Just mowing down kids and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, that part's not as good.
Yeah, I think that was the first cult I kind of remember, like hearing about. You know,
I'd start a cult like that would be worshiping vehicles. It was a car sex.
that's like Fury Road.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be my cult.
those guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Sucking down
charismatic
gasoline.
leader exploiting the women for sex.
Yeah. I'm more to Joe. Cult leader.
Jesus. Yeah, cults. That was fun.
That was a good one.
That was a
That was
good
kind of a fun research.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Well,
Those are freaky,
what
isn't it?
movie's up next week?
I've been on a car chase movie kick lately. One of my all-time favorites, one of the all-time greats. Next week, we'll be watching the original Gone in 60 Seconds.
I'm excited. I looked into it a bit, and the guy who did that movie is a crazy person. So
Oh, yeah, and he's a legit, one of the all-time great stunt drivers, too.
but insane.
Yeah, I had the special edition's got like 4 extra hours of just him doing driving stunts and talking about sick-ass stunts.
And what's going to be our not so random for next week? Try to pick one of yours.
I'm trying. It's a Seamus fucking one again. Left wing versus right wing.
There you go.
Sweet. It's going to be all about birds.
Sure.
Their left wings versus their right wings.
I get it. Jokes.
Sweet. It's been Hometown Dudes with Joe and Seamus. Keep it freaky. Tune in next weeky.